This audiovisual will show you how to manage one of the common difficult situations you may face in the care of people with dementia. Clients who lack inhibitions and display inappropriate sexual behaviour.
Hey, sweetie. Hey, sweetie. I'm talking to you. Well, if you won't come to me, I'll come to you.
Mr. Colling, please keep your shirt on.
Sweetie, just after a little bit of love action.
No, thank you. Please put your shirt back on. This is not okay. Don't take your clothes off.
I want you to come over, sit on my lap.
No, don't touch me, you creep. Put your clothes back on.
Creep? That's no way to talk to a man,
Just
little missy.
Go away.
Just come over here. Just come and sit
I've
with
got to
me.
go.
Doesn't know what she's missing.
How's your first day been going?
Yeah, all right.
Just all right? Didn't you have any really good learning opportunities or experiences? Anything you don't understand or want some help with?
Well, there was one client.
Do you want to tell me about it?
He started taking his clothes off in the lounge room.
Mr. Colling. George.
Yeah, he was a bit creepy.
With the type of dementia that George has, he lacks inhibitions, and this means that his social appropriateness filter, it doesn't work correctly anymore. So why don't we finish up our drinks and we can go down and share afternoon tea with him and give him his afternoon medications. And maybe from that, I can teach you some ways to actually deal with clients who actually show or demonstrate these sorts of behaviours. How does that sound?
Yeah, good.
Okay, come on, let's go.
The first thing that goes through my mind when I meet a client who is displaying behavioural difficulties is, this is not how I will define them. These people are valuable, more valuable than how they behave. People with dementia are more than just what they are now. They are also the culmination of what they were. Mr. Colling was once a pillar of the trade union movement in this state. He was part of the protests which helped create industrial awards for nursing. What he is like now does not define him or the way that he will be remembered by the people who love him. So start by making him feel like he is important.
Come on, Michelle.
Afternoon,
Hi,
ladies.
George. How are you?
Good.
Michelle, take
Better
a
for
seat.
seeing you guys.
And George, it's always a joy to share afternoon tea with you. George, this is Michelle. She's one of our new nursing staff here.
I could do with some nursing.
George, let's have some afternoon tea, shall we? Look what we've got.
Ooh, my favourite things.
Oh, your favourite?
When you are dealing with a person who exhibits overtly sexualised behaviour, it is important to keep yourself and your reputation safe. That means things like keeping a physical distance, talking to them wherever possible in a common area or with the door open, and not responding to flirting with flirting. In some cases, it may be appropriate to make sure that there are two staff members together assisting the client.
Thank you. They're like little balls, aren't they? So,
Fantastic, George.
girls, you've come for a bit of rough and tumble, have you? I must say, I don't mind either of you. Very pretty ladies.
Thanks very much. Flattery will get you everywhere, George. But how's your day been?
Not flattery, you know that I like brunettes with, you know, a
Okay,
good rack.
But George, what have you been doing today?
Well,
Did you go out on that bus trip this morning?
Distraction is an age-old technique that still works. If someone is taking the conversation in a way which is inappropriate, change the topic. It may not always work, but if you can move the topic onto another, more appropriate topic, then you may be able to avoid uncomfortable situations before they occur.
That's good. I'm pleased you enjoyed the trip.
Mm-hmm.
Now, George, Michelle's here has got some medications for you.
I thought you guys were here for a bit of a quick rough and tumble with old George.
Well, we thought we'd enjoy afternoon tea with you, George.
I don't mind saying that you're both very attractive, pretty girls.
Thank you very much, George. Well, Michelle's got some medications here, George.
Okay.
People who have dementia do not respond well if they are told that their behaviour is inappropriate or wrong. Their minds are not able to follow the logic. So if we say that undressing here is not okay, we will not help the situation. What we may do is cause a conflict.
Do you ever get any nausea or feel sick in the tummy when you've had those?
No, but you know, it's pretty hot, isn't it? I wonder whether I get love fever.
Michelle, would you check the thermostat for me? Come on, George. Let's do your buttons up, please.
But it is hot in here.
It is. We'll just check the air conditioning, but pop your buttons on, please.
Really?
Really.
The reason why people with dementia undress or say sexually inappropriate things is that they do not have a filter to tell them not to do things. If they are hot, they will remove their clothes, which sometimes means that we can look at the environment to see if there is a trigger. Is the temperature too warm in here today? Sometimes changing the environment can remove the trigger for the behaviour and help stop a person from behaving inappropriately. But sometimes we may not know or be able to find the trigger. In those cases, we just stay calm and do our best to ignore the behaviour. We may have to warn visitors so that they will not be shocked. If the behaviour gets to a point where he is causing distress for other residents, we may consider finding him a special shirt with buttons at the back or has fasteners so he cannot remove them easily. But as long as he is not actually hurting other people or himself, it is important to allow him to maintain as much autonomy as possible.
Like my women.
George.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Michelle, would you like one? Okay. So is your family coming in to visit you over the weekend?
My family, they visited last week, didn't they?
Yes, they did, that's right.
They didn't take me to Fremantle.
No, you went on the bus this morning with some of the other residents.
They've taken me to Fremantle though.
I'm sure they have. I'm sure you've been to Fremantle lots of
They
times.
have. I like Fremantle. My family's coming to visit me soon.
They probably will be coming over this weekend.
Yeah, I like that. I like them visiting me.
Looking after people with dementia can be tricky. There are a lot of different strategies to help carers deal with difficult situations. Staying calm always helps. People with dementia may not always understand their behaviour or how their behaviour makes others around them feel. Try to remember that these people have value. Dementia care is a speciality area of nursing. Why not investigate further to increase your knowledge?